Good morning, children. This is class 8 science, chapter number 13. Yesterday, we saw about electrical charges, and we were going for an activity in which we were going to rub the two objects and we were going to observe whether after rubbing they attract or not. So, if the two objects attract each other, then it means that they are charged. And after rubbing, if the objects do not attract each other, it means they are neutral. They are not charged. Right? So, this is your activity 13.1, which is given in your science book on page number 212. So, children, when you rub balloon with dry hair or sweater, you will see that after rubbing, they attract each other. So, as they are attracting means they are charged. Next, if you take an eraser and rub it with a sweater, you will see again here that they attract and they are charged. So, in the following cases, in the below cases, you will see that after rubbing, the objects, they do attract each other. It means that they are charged, right? So, it means that by rubbing, we can charge an object. Okay, so there are children various methods of charging a body. So, charging by friction, charging by conduction, and charging by induction. Now, one by one, we will try to understand them. Let's start with charging by friction. Charging by friction. Now, children, if you see in the slide, here, this is the before rubbing situation. That before rubbing, the two objects, they are neutral. Neutral means the charge is zero. Charge is zero does not mean that they do not have any charge. It means that the number of protons and the number of electrons are same. Means the total positive charge is equal to the total negative charge. Suppose the total positive charge is 10, then the total negative charge will also be 10, and so plus 10 minus 10 will become 0. So they are neutral, means the number of protons is equal to number of electrons before rubbing, right? Now when we rub them, that so on rubbing, there occurs some changes, right? And after rubbing, what happens? So after rubbing, you will see that one of the object become negatively charged and other object becomes positively charged. So what has undergone, right? So when you were rubbing, the electrons from one object had moved towards had moved to the second object. So there was transfer of electron from an object to another. So as electrons from here has got transferred on this object, so this object has more number of electrons. Number of electrons are more. So it becomes negatively charged. And this object, it lost electrons, na children? So as it has lost electrons, it is having deficiency of electrons. It is having lack of electrons, less electrons. So it becomes positively charged. So children, charging by friction occurs that when you are rubbing, there occurs exchange of electrons between the two bodies, due to which the objects gets charged. So here you can see some examples. We have amber. When rubbed with silk, amber becomes positively charged and silk becomes negatively charged. Then if you rub a glass rod on the silk, the glass rod will attain positive charge and silk gains negative charge. Suppose you rub your pen refill on a polythene, then the polythene gains negative charge and the refill is left with the positive charge. Similarly, when you rub the comb on your dry hair, the comb becomes negatively charged, whereas our hair, they become positively charged. So this is your charging by friction. So this is the theory part. That is, there is friction when you rub. So when you are rubbing the two objects against each other, there is friction. And this friction, it produces charge. What type of charge it produces? Equal and opposite. On both the objects, it produces equal. Object is having -2 charge, the other object will have +2 charge. Why? Because from here only the 2 electrons have gone, na? So 2 electrons are more over here. So it will become -2 charge, and here 2 electrons space is empty which have left. So here the charge is +2. So when you charge by rubbing, the charge that is produced is equal, but it is opposite. If it is -2 on one object, it has to be +2 on the other object. Thus, friction is one of the method of charging. Let us understand this with the help of an activity which is given in your science book on page number 212, and you can see the activity in the slide. That is to show the charging of a body by friction. What are you going to do? You are going to take a plastic comb and you are going to rub it on your dry hair. So you are going to take a comb and rub it on your hair, right? After rubbing the comb on your hair, bring the comb near small bits of paper, small pieces of paper, or some small dry leaves. What will you observe? You will observe, children, that the comb attracts the paper. It attracts the dry leaves. Oh God, it means the comb has got charged. Yes, the comb has got charged because when you were rubbing them, friction was produced, and that friction produced the charge on the comb as well as on your hair or on your woolen cloth. And thus, because of the friction, they became charged, and after becoming charged, the comb was able to attract the small pieces of paper. So this is your children charging by friction. Next is charging by conduction. Charging by conduction, page number 213. So here we are having a diagram. Here you are having two spheres, right? This is one sphere, this is other sphere. Here you can see that this sphere is charged. This is charged, right? But this is not charged. So you are going to take two spheres, two objects. One is charged and other is not. And what do you want to do? We want to charge the uncharged object with the help of a charged object. So what you're going to do? You are going to touch a charged object by an uncharged object. So here you can see that the charged object is touching an uncharged object. Yes. So when they touches, the electrons from charged object move towards the uncharged object. So when two electrons reaches the second sphere from the first sphere, now the charge becomes equal. So as the charge is equal, now they are not going to flow. The flow will stop. The electrons flow until they become equal. So as they have become equal, now what we will do? Now quickly we are going to separate them. Fatafat say we are going to move them apart. We will take them far from each other. As soon as we move them apart, we will see that the object 1 is left with -2 charge and object 2 is also having -2 charge, which was initially uncharged, but now it is and charged object. So when you are charging an uncharged one by charged object by touching it, then it is known as charging by conduction. Right, children? So this is a theory for this. That is, if we touch a charged object to uncharged, the charge will flow. You saw the electrons flowed from charged to uncharged? Yes. This method of charging is called charging by conduction. In the end, we saw that both the objects, they were having the same charge. Yes, children? So this is your charging by conduction, which is also known as charging by contact. The last method of charging is charging by induction. Charging by induction. Here also we are going to consider two spheres. Here this one is a charged sphere. This is a charged one. And this is an uncharged one. Now you are bringing them close. But they are not touching each other, children. They are not touching each other. You are bringing them very, very close to each other. Now what happens when you bring them close to each other? Charges are always present in between them. See, if I say this is an uncharged one, it does not mean it does not have any charge. It has charge and it has equal number of protons and electrons. Means here also it is having protons. I have shown with blue, and now I will show electrons. So you can see protons and electrons, but they are equal in number. 4 electron hai, 4 proton hai, so they will cancel out, and so the charge is 0. But what happens when you bring a charged object near it? What will happen? The charged object is having electrons. How many electrons? 4 electrons. So these electrons, as they are negatively charged, will attract the protons in the uncharged object, because we know negative and positive, they attract each other. So all the protons will gather on this side of the uncharged object, right? So you can see here the protons have gathered, right? And all the electrons will gather on the far end of the object. So here in this side the electrons will gather, and on this side the protons will gather, because here we are having electrons and we know that negative and positive, they will attract each other, right children? So what occurred? The rearrangement of electrons and protons took place in the uncharged object. The protons and electrons, they got themselves rearranged. They got themselves repositioned. All the protons, they arranged themselves on the left hand side, that is towards the charged object, because they were getting attracted. And all the electrons of the uncharged object, they got arranged themselves on the right hand side, because they were repelled by the electrons of the charged object. Right. Now what we are going to do? Quickly what we are going to do is, quickly we are going to bring this sphere which we are charging, we are going to connect a wire and we are going to put in the earth. So what will happen? The negative charge which was present over here, it flows down in the earth. And after doing this, we will remove the earth wire. Here you can see in this picture, the earth wire is missing, right? There is no earth wire. So we will remove the earth wire, and in the earth you can see the electrons. And in the earth you can see the electrons. They have gone down. So now the object 2 is left with positive charge, that is protons. So initially you saw that the object was uncharged, and finally the object is having charge. this charge is opposite. Here we are having negative, here it is positive. So the charge is not same as it was in conduction. Conduction, same charges they were having, right? But in induction, the charge is not of the same sign. They are having opposite sign, right? So this is your charging by induction. Let us go with the theory part. The theory says that when we charge a body by bringing a charged body near it, when we charge a body by bringing a charged body near it without touching it, see, you are not touching, right? So the charged body produces, here the word induces means produces the same charge that it has on the uncharged body. See, it will produce same charge, but the sign will be opposite. So if the charged object is having -4 electrons, then the uncharged body after getting charge will have +4 charge. Right, children? So it is -4 and +4. So this method of charging is known as induction. This method of charging is called induction. Okay, children? So, let's see some of the basic properties of electric charge. We know that the like charges, they repel each other, right? The like charges, they repel each other, means positive, positive, they will repel, they will move away. Negative, negative, they will move away, right? But the opposite charges, or you can use the word here, unlike charges. Unlike means not same. So when you are having a positive charge and negative charge, they will attract each other. Right, children? So the like charges repel each other and the unlike charges, they attract each other. This is the basic property of electric charge. Right? Now, if we go to the next topic here, that is 13.1.2, that is transfer of charge. Right? So as we saw, the charge was getting transferred from one body to another, right? So here also we are going to see a device which is going to help us to detect whether the charge is present on an object or not, right? That device is electroscope. That device is electroscope. So this is the diagram of an electroscope. So electroscope is your device which will tell you whether the charge is present or it is not present, right? So this is your electroscope. Let us understand how does it tell you that whether charge is present or not. So in an electroscope, at the top you can see the paper metal clip. This is a metal clip, right? This is a metal clip. That metal clip, through the metal, is inserted in the glass bottle. We have made a hole in the cardboard cover. We have put a cardboard cover on the top of a glass bottle. In that we have made a hole, and from that hole we have passed the wire, and at the top we are having a metal clip. The clip mama uses to hang the clothes, that metal clip will do. Now inside this we are putting two aluminium foil leaves. The aluminium foil which you use to pack your chapatis, right? That aluminium foil is, small piece of that aluminium foil has been cut, and the aluminium leaves, two aluminium foils are put on the metal wire like this, right? So this is outside part and this is the inside part. Now what will happen? आपको जो object check करना है, the object which you need to check that whether this is charged or not charged, that you will bring. So suppose we are bringing a glass rod. Suppose we are bringing a positively charged glass rod. and that positively glass charge rod, we will touch it to the metal clip at the top, right, which is out of the glass bottle. We will touch there. Then what will happen? As we are touching, the same charge will flow through the metal wire, and the same charge will go in both the aluminium leaves. Why we are calling them leaves? Because they are very thin, minute. So we are calling them as aluminium leaves. So positive charge will go on first aluminium leaf, and similarly positive charge will go on the second aluminium leaf. Right, children? Same charge. Oh God. Same charge. So what they are going to do? They are going to repel. They are going to move away. So what you will see when you are touching the positively charged glass rod, you will see, because it is the bottle is of glass, so you can see from outside. You will see that the aluminium leaves, both the leaves, they move far from each other. So the gap between the leaves will increase. It shows that both the leaves are moving far. They are repelling. Why they are repelling? Because the charge is present on both the leaves and the charge is same. So as it is same, they are repelling. Oh yes, charge is present. So they are repelling, right? So it showed you that charge is present, right? So this is your electroscope. So electroscope is a device which detects the presence of electric charge. Whether charge is present or not, that will be detected by an electroscope. So this is your definition of electroscope, that it is a device used to detect the charge on an object. On what principle does it work? So you saw that the electric charge, it got transferred from this glass rod to the metal clip, then to the metal wire, and then to the aluminium leaves, right? So they all are touching each other, right? So this is the principle. That is, the electric charge can be transferred from a charged body to neutral body through the metal. With the help of metal, charge can be moved from charged body to neutral body. Let's see the construction, how you're going to construct your own electroscope. You are going to take a glass container, and you are going to cover the container with a cardboard, and you're going to make a hole in the cardboard so that you can insert a wire in it. And at the top, you are going to put a metal clip. Right, children? And inside the glass jar, you are going to put 2 aluminium foil leaves. And the clip which you have put outside the jar will be used to measure the electric charge. So this is your construction, this is your diagram for an electroscope, and this is your working, how you are going to work with it. What you will do, you will bring the object which you want to check, okay, whether it is charged or not. That object you will bring and you will touch with the wire clip which is outside the jar. Once you touch, if it is charged, then the charge will get transferred from the metal wire clip, because metal is a good conductor. Same charge will go to the leaves, aluminium leaves, and as they are having same charge, they will repel. And so as they repel, we will see from the outside of the glass that, oh, they are repelling, they are moving away, which detects the presence of electric charge. Right, children? So this is it.